Hey guys, Harrison, I'm back at it once again for a brand new video for you, and welcome to MotoGP 15 here on the Xbox One and on the Harrison 101 YouTube channel. I've been waiting for this for a long time, and I'm so glad I get to talk about MotoGP on the channel again. Pardon me. Sorry about that. I had to wave all the dust off my Xbox, and you know, I think half of it's now in my lungs. Right, here we go. Okay, hi guys. So, right, you know the drill by now. Let's do a MotoGP career mode. Let's talk some MotoGP. Let's do some long, talkative videos where we talk about cool shit, and let's ride some friggin' bikes. Now, just for the record, I've not even touched MotoGP career mode yet as a menu option, so I'm firing blind into this like you guys are, so let's do it. Here we go. Now this is an amazing video to open career mode. This is the best field in MotoGP history. I'll give you a rundown. Laurie Spaz from World Superbikes, Alex DeAngelis, Eugene Laverty, Carol Abraham, Mike DeMeglio, 2008 125 champion, Jack Miller, Moto3 runner-up last year, taking the double jump, Hector Barbera, Stefan Bradl, Moto2 champion in 2011, Nicky Hayden, MotoGP champion 2006, Danilo Petrucci, Marco Melandri back, Yoni Hernandez, Scott Reddin, Bradley Smith, Maverick Vinales, Alvaro Bautista, Cal Crutchlow, now with LCR, Pol Espargaro, Andrea Iannone, now with the Factory Boys, Alicia Spargaro, headlining Suzuki's new project, Andrea Dovizioso, and now the big hitters, three-time world champion, Danny Pedrosa, four-time world champion, Jorge Lorenzo, the man, the myth, the legend, nine-time world champion, Valentino Rossi, and finally, the reigning, defending, four-time world champion, Marc Marquez. 28 titles, 12 champions, 390 combined victories. Make no mistake, this is the best field MotoGP has ever had. Told you it was an awesome video, wasn't it? It's amazing, and when they did it like that, it really did show off just how stacked a field it is. Where guys like Marco Melandri and Mike DeMeglio, who's a world champion in his own right, but barely gets a look in, and it's an incredible field. It really is.
To your MotoGP 15 career. For your debut.
We know all this stuff. Like if you've seen previous career modes, you know exactly what you're doing. You've got the multimedia cabin, you've got your department here. Oh, a Rossi poster. That's quite nice. I guess you didn't know, that's what I look like. I saved you guys the trouble of creating my own ride at first because it just seems like a waste of time. The only issue is the black guy in the suit looks like a frog, which is not ideal. I'm far more handsome than that, or at least I think I am anyway. So you can see here, you've got your bed, you've got your riding gear here, which all looks very nice, I'm sure. In case you guys didn't know already, when it comes to starting your career, you start out as a wild card. So you do a couple of wildcard appearances for a team, and you see what happens. To start out, I'm going to be with the RBA Racing team. It's a three-man team, or two-man and one-woman team of Nicolas Ayo, Gabriel Rodrigo, and Ana Carrasco. And obviously we start out in Moto3, so let's get right to it, shall we? Okay, it's a Bruno race. Difficulty very easy. You can't have that. I think I'm going to keep it to 15% just for Moto3 to make it a 3-lap race. Only going to race this time. I'm going to set the difficulty to medium for now because I'm comfortable at medium. I think I can just about play on hard and see what happens. If it gets a bit too easy, I'll whack it up. Don't worry. I listen to you guys in the comments. So, yeah, without further ado, let's start our career with a wildcard race at Brno. Now, there's one only small downside to this game. It's that the loading times are ridiculously long. Like, it takes about a minute to load this stuff up, and it's really annoying. But at least I get to stare at Marc Marquez's career statistics in the meantime. That's always nice. 45... Yeah, you realise he's only like 4 behind Dani Pedrosa on the wins list. He's in the top 10 all-time for MotoGP victories. He's only 4 behind Pedrosa. And Pedrosa had a 7-year head start on him. That's terrifying. 50 pole positions as well. That's ridiculous. But yeah, I just got off of watching the Assen Grand Prix in Holland on Monday, because I was very busy this weekend with Formula E, and you know, I was out to help my family out with one of my cousins moving house. So I never got a chance to see the race live on Saturday afternoon, but it was a cracking race. It really was. That was vintage Valentino Rossi racecraft at its absolute finest. Just in control. He let Marquez do what Marquez normally does. Marquez has a habit of pulling the pin with about 6 laps to go. He's done that a lot, from what I've noticed. So he didn't freak out. He just got on with it, really. And then with 2 to go, he went around the outside, which was a spectacular move. He went around the outside, going back up towards the hill, towards the chicane. And I know Marquez, there was a bit of controversy in with Marquez trying a lunge into the final chicane to try and take the win. Forced contact with Rossi. I'm not sure if that was contact or not, but it looked like that was contact. There was contact with him, and you know, Rossi had to take the gravel route, cut the chicane to take the win. In my opinion, Marquez was never going to make that corner. I don't think he makes that corner if it's not for Rossi's bike being there. But I totally don't blame him for trying. I think it was just a little bit too far out. We'll go around the outside of all these dudes here. Jakob Kornfeil. I know we're going past Nicky Io here. Did anybody see his crazy finish in Moto3? My God. Coming across the finish line on his knees. You've got to see it. The clip has gone viral of Nicky Io sliding on his knees to finish. After nearly losing control. It was one of the great motorcycle saves of our time. To be able to finish the race in that position. Just ridiculous. So well done in that regard. Also, this is my first time I'm riding on a wet track, and I can see like they've really improved the water physics in this year's game. Actually, looks like it's raining now. Spray on track, rain on the visor. That's quite a nice touch, actually. Is this what it's like being Jorge Lorenzo in the rain now? But yeah, it was a cracking MotoGP race. The season needed that, and I know much has been made of Marc Marquez's struggles, given the 2015 Honda is clearly not what it wants to be right now, and it's not a good fit for his riding style, clearly, but it's turned out wonderfully for him. So, you know, we need Marc. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care how big a fan of Rossi or Lorenzo you are or whatever. Given how Lorenzo won the last 4 races without much opposition, you know, the sport needs Marquez at the top. So I'm delighted that, you know, Marquez did have a very good race, gave Rossi a push to the end, and it's nice to see Marquez back. The season needs it. I think it's too late for Marquez to challenge for the title. I don't think Rossi's going to make that many mistakes. I mean, Rossi's been on the podium every round, I think every round this season since, I think, Aragon 2014, where he went on the AstroTurf and binned it. That was the last real Rossi bad race, and ever since then, it's been a situation where he's been on the podium every race since then. So, you know, Rossi's not going to give many points away over the course of the season. If Marquez had solved his issues 2 rounds earlier, I wouldn't have written him off yet, but I think he's left it too late. But hey, this might be good news for the title, because now Marquez control Rossi and Lorenzo for the rest of the year and see what happens. That should be fun. But, you know, talking about that, well, I'm sure we'll talk about the season in much more detail in later episodes, because obviously, because this game comes out in June, you know, you've already missed, like, the first 8 rounds of the season, which is kind of a shame. But at the same time, it makes it more fun to watch, and, you know, I'll be talking about this for a good few episodes yet. I Moto2 race was pretty good at Assen as well, actually. Moto2's been kind of boring this season in terms of on-track action, but this was a good one. Having, I think it was Rabat, Jonas Volger who slipped down the order after a really good start, because the race had to be restarted. It was a reduced race. It was only 16 laps as opposed to 24. And the reason for that was because there was a red flag after the first corner on the original start, because Salom had dropped it and there was oil on track. So they had to restart it. It was a 16-lap race as opposed to a 24-lap race. And yeah, it was Johan Zarco. I mean, Zarco has come on such a long way this season. He's been fantastic this year. You know, really, really good racecraft. He does a really good job of managing his tyres, managing his pace, knowing when to attack. It's turned out awesome. Whoa, bike was airborne there. Oh, I want to mention that's a new feature in this year's game. If you cut a corner, or if the computer thinks you took an advantage by basically not taking the racing line properly, it will add a time penalty onto your result at the end. So that's a nice touch to stop cheating. And you know, if you blatantly cut the track twice in a race, you'll get given a ride-through penalty. So this game has no mercy now when it comes to cheating, which is good. It's a good step in the right direction. But yeah, we're in 6th place now. Doing very good on this final lap. But yeah, Zarco, it's going to be a bit of a body blow for the reigning champion, Tito Rabat. You know, we have a Moto2 reigning champion for the first time ever. So Rabat's won the title and decided to stick around for a year. It's a bit of a gamble in that regard, because if Johan Zarco wins the title, it's going to make Rabat look worse. Because Zarco on a competitive bike has been so good this year. And another thing as well, really good to see that Sam Lowes has really kicked on this year as well. Sam Lowes has come along such a long way as well. And, you know, that speed up was a bit of a mess last year, very inconsistent. But now it looks like a much more solid bike. And on top of that, it looks like Sam Lowes has matured as a bike rider. So I'm very impressed with Sam this season. I don't think speed up is there to challenge the Calixes on a regular basis, but they're close, and it's nice to see that, you know, other manufacturers are getting involved in Moto2 to make it more of a scrap, instead of just, you know, the one dominant Calix chassis, which is what a lot of people were thinking it was going to be. But you know, the speed ups have held their own this season, and I'm glad they'll get a few customers next year for sure. So you know, Zarco beating Rabat again head-to-head on track is not a good look for Tito. And now he's, I think, 45 points behind Zarco in the championship. Like, I don't see Zarco losing the title from here unless he has a couple of big accidents. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen, because, you know, Zarco's been silky smooth all race long. And now I'm up a podium, and I'm going around the outside of Navarro, and now coming up towards Quartararo here. Whoa, nearly lost the back end there. Can we try and have a lunge at Fabio here? Because now the performance of the bike is starting to come into play here, because these are the strong Moto3 bikes. The performance of this particular bike isn't as good. I tried a lunge, couldn't quite get it. And also the time penalty is going to come into play there as well, which isn't ideal. But it's still a pretty, I think it's 8th place, I think, maybe? 6th. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's still a pretty good result. Given, Oliveira beat Ken over the line, a dead heat over the line. I don't like why that always keeps happening in these MotoGP games, where you get a 0-0 finish when the AI fight each other. It's weird how that always seems to happen. But yeah, that's a pretty good result overall. I mean, the aim was 22nd.
In your MotoGP 15 career, you'll earn GP credits. These allow you to purchase new bikes and liveries to race with.
Ooh, okay. So that's a new feature, GP credits, where the better you perform in...
He didn't make it to the podium today, but his standing in the race shows that the bike and the rider are competitive, and they both have what it takes to aim even higher.
Okay. That's a nice little post-race graphic. They only had that for the podium last year, so that's another nice little touch. But yeah, I still don't know too much about this whole private team gimmick yet, which is a new part of career mode this year. So we'll kind of experiment through this together more than anything else. So we'll have a look as that goes on. But yeah, I mean, Moto2 is going to have some bright stars coming through. I mean, Rabat will go up next year. Zarco will definitely go to MotoGP next year. Dorna are desperate for a French star at the top, and Zarco is kind of the answer to that, especially giving you backflips every time he wins a race. It's a nice touch.
Want to offer you a chance to race for them in the next race. Further on, you'll find offers from sponsors, giving you the opportunity to race with your own private team.
Okay, so offers. So we've got the RBA KTM team again. We have the Mahindra team, the Reset Drink team with Darren Binder and Alexandro Tanucci. And with the San Carlo Italia team with Matteo Ferrari and Stefano Manzi. All the cars, all the performances is the same pretty much. We'll stick with RBA. Why not? So yeah, that is a thing. Okay, next wildcard performance, Valencia. The final race of the season. Also, finally, talking about Moto3 as well. If you haven't seen the Moto3 race from Assen, go find it. It's an absolute classic. And Moto3, I've always said, is the best racing series in the world. There is nothing like a good Moto3 race in motorsport. And this was an absolute thriller. It was a brilliant race. It was a leading pack, I think, of 7 guys. It was Danny Kent. It was Fabio Quartararo, the 16-year-old French wonder kid, Jorge Navarro, Miguel Oliveira, and there's one more guy in there I'm missing. Who was it? I'm trying to think of who it was. It was Romano Fenati as well. He was in there too. It was an absolute thriller. There was passing attempts everywhere. It was another brilliant tactical, just passing everywhere kind of race. It's an absolute classic. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. So it's a 10 out of 10 race on my scale. Find it. You will be thoroughly captivated. Right, let's go to Valencia. You know what? I'm so kind, I won't even tell you who won. It was just that good. Oh yeah, Brad Binder was in there too.
From the Ricardo Tormo circuit in...
But yeah, little trick I used to get over the idea of a bike having a bad top end speed. I basically just set the gear in a little one stage lower so that my lack of top speed doesn't become quite as prevalent a factor when it comes to passing dudes. Yeah, let's do this. Valencia, the final wildcard race. Before we attack Moto3 for a full season, which should be good. I guess you've noticed I've already downloaded the entire Moto3 roster. There's 34 guys in the field now. It's pretty crazy. The game does have a couple of frame rate drops here and there, especially in the rain, but yeah, it's a shame this game isn't at 60 frames. It would have been fantastic to get a full 60 frame bike racing game. I know it can play 60 on the PC, but it can't on console, and I'm obviously playing the Xbox One version of this game, so it's a shame, but you know, gotta make the best of it. Past Livio Loy, not quite. Yes, left the room there. Yep, nice. Fenati, because they've neutered the Sky 4060. They're one of the best teams in last year's Moto3 career mode. Now they're more like a second tier kind of team, which is kind of strange given that Fenati has won a couple of rounds, or run a round this year. There's Enna Bastianini there. Bastianini's having a brilliant season at the moment in Moto3. I know all the talk's been about Danny Kent dominating the championship. You know, a real British motorsport star at the moment, because, you know, we need a guy like Danny Kent in Britain right now. So, you know, people forget in second place is Enya, and you know he's still only 17 years old. And they call him the Beast because his qualifying pace has been so brilliant this season. Over one lap, he's sensational. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing what he can do for the rest of the season. You know, I don't think he'll be giving Danny Kent a challenge because Kent's been just superb this season, stunning in terms of overall speed. So I don't think that's going to be a factor. But seeing him battle for second as a 17-year-old is exceptional stuff. And, you know, very, very happy for him. Very, very good rider. He's going to be a big star for that Honda team one day, I think. Get around the outside of Masbu and Haneker. There's John McPhee there as well. If they do balance this game a little bit, they need to take some points off Racing Team Germany because they stopped. Whoa! Knocked onto the grass by McPhee there. We're okay. But yeah, like Racing Team Germany looks like a team that lost their way until Assen because McPhee started 23rd but finished 10th. A good result for John McPhee in the long sequence. But the thing is, Racing Team Germany looked really good at the end of last year, challenging for wins. McPhee was right up there with the leaders, and you know Masbu won the opening round in Qatar, and now they're down the back end. I don't know what's happened to RTG more than anything else. It's weird, but he's hoping they can sort their issues out soon because McPhee's a good rider. And so is Masbu, to be fair. Oh! There's a bit of karma for McPhee there, just as I was propping him up as well. I mean, talking about the game briefly, I think I'll be talking about this in more detail probably next episode, because we're running out of time on this one. But on the whole, this game is brilliant. It is a fantastic freaking game. It is one of the best bike games, if not the best bike game I've ever played. It's quality. The bikes, the handling model is superb this year. Even like the bikes feel weightier. They're more precise than last year. You can't just chuck it in everywhere and hope for the best. You've got to be precise. You know, it's so much easier to. Oh, Navarro's binned it. It's so much easier to, you know. It just feels right, you know. The bikes feel heavier, you know. You can easily lose the front if you're going too hard into a corner, and you lean over too much. It can happen. You know, you're endoing the bike a lot more into braking zones. Little things like that really have made the game much more precise and more realistic, even on the lower physics models like I'm playing on standard right now. Like, I can't imagine what it must be like on semi-pro and pro, because like, even at standard level, this is some really good stuff. The gameplay feels tight. The graphics are strong. This is the first Xbox One MotoGP game. Graphics are fine. Again, it's a shame it's not at 60 frames, and it's a shame there's a bit of a frame rate drop sometimes when it comes to the rain, which is, again, a bit of a shame that Milestone couldn't get that level of performance. But the replays look superb. The gameplay is awesome, and you know, the other bikes, like, I might show this off in a later video, but the 4-stroke and the 2-stroke DLC that comes with this game is immense. The bikes feel wonderful. It's really, really great stuff. Absolutely love it, and go buy this game. If you're even a part-time bike fan, you will enjoy this game. I guarantee you that. F1 2015 is going to have to go some ways to top this game. I'm not even joking. In the middle of all that, I apparently finished in 5th. Great! That'll do quite nicely. Somebody give me a job. Any job. Mike De Meglio, huh? We've unlocked him and Bastianini. Nice. And we've got another... Ooh. 16,000 credits. Which, again, which will come into play more for our private team entry, which, again, I'm sure we'll get to later in the series.
Encouraging, and he's right to be satisfied with it. Clearly, there are margins for further improvement, but it's evident that he and his team are moving in the right direction.
Again, like I said, nice touch they've got those little non-podium animations after the race now. Makes sense, I was up 10 places on my original aim, so... Yeah, why wouldn't the team be happy with a 5th place result when my goal was 15th? So let's see what happens now for a for a full Moto3 season. Doesn't help I'm sitting down and I got pins and needles in this leg so bad right now. It's a bastard. Right, there we go.
As you can see, you now have various offers from sponsors. On the left of the touchscreen, you'll find the documentation with all the information you need to manage every aspect of your private team.
Okay, so RBA want me. RW Racing want me as a partner to Livio Loy. Schneider GP Racing, same level team. They got Philip Otel as a teamer, or sponsors. Should we do a private team? Yeah, Team X Lite or Team DeWalt. I like X Lite a bit more. Andre, all of us at Team Elite XMO3 maintain that your private team could have excellent growth potential if you were to accept our sponsor offer. Okay, we'll do a private team then. Let's go with that. So, team name. Okay. We're going to call ourselves DreNation Racing. There you go. That is a badass name. This is your team, people. The people's team. Oh, no room for all the characters? Okay, just call it DreNation then. Yeah! There we go. Logo. Let's up the logo choices. They're not that great, these logos, are they? It's like playing a cheap sports game. We'll go with that infamous style looking one there, I think. We'll go with that. We've got the Mahindra available. You need 170,000 credits to get the top level bike. You've only got 31,600. So for now, I guess we got to kind of stick with this Mahindra for the time being. Okay. But we haven't even customized the bike, so let's see what the customization features are. This is the first time I've seen this, so we're going in blind at the moment. You need 10,000 credits on the other livery. Come on, guys. That's a little bit unreasonable. Main color. What do we go with here? Violet, okay. Oh, it's like a two-tone thing we got going on here. Okay. I can work with this. Lilac. That's a manly colour right there, isn't it? Mauve. You know, let's do pink. Pink is a manly colour. Pink. And then we'll do some black. You know what? I'll set it up like this. And then you guys can tell me 3 colours you want for the team. And the highest rated comment I will go with. How about that? So, this is just going to be a base for now. And later on, I will do the bike to use and the wheel rim color as well. So you have 4 options here, kids. Bear that in mind, okay? So after that happens, okay, then you can then you guys can vote in the comments for best color suggestion, and the one that I like the most and the one that gets the most votes, I will go with. Sound cool? Right, so welcome to DreNation Racing. Let's start our new season. Okay, so, without further ado, the debut of DreNation Racing will be a thing next episode. Until then, like the crap out of this video for the first episode of MotoGP 15's career mode. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Let me know what you thought of the format. You want to stick with this format as well? I'd love to hear your feedback as always, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am for this series. Until next time, I've been Harrison101. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Sayonara.